I'm Brian Professor B. Davis. Welcome to your San Francisco Giants postgame recap on Wednesday at Wrigley Field in Chicago. The Giants fell to the Chicago Cubs in a very disappointing 12-11 decision at Wrigley Field on the north side of Chicago on Wednesday. The Giants at one point were down 6-2. At one point they had made it. They were ahead 9-7, blew that. Then they end up coming back to tie it at 11-11. They were trailing by one, and then it was Chris Bryant's two-run homer in the bottom of the eighth inning off of Giants reliever Maranta was the difference in the ball game, as the Cubs win the second game of this three-game series by a score of 12-11. But just was not just that; it was the ineffectiveness and the inconsistency of Derek Rodriguez. Is 4 innings pitched, 6 hits, 6 earned runs, walked three with only 2 strikeouts, and then leading the way for the Giants, it was Mike Yastrzemski went 3 for 5 with a run scored, with 1 run scored, a pair of RBIs. He ended up hitting his 15th home run. And then Alex Dickerson 2 for 5, Evan Longoria 2 for 4 with a 2-run home run. Stephen Vogt 2 for 5 with a run scored, 3 RBIs. Brandon Crawford 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a pair of runs scored. And then for the Cubs, it was Nick Castellanos. He had the big night, 4 for 5, 2 runs scored with 3 RBIs. And he hit a home run. Chris Bryant 2 for 5 with a big 2-run home run. The bottom of the eighth inning was the game winner. And Anthony Rizzo 2 for 4 with 3 runs scored and an RBI. Here are the final totals of the ball game for the Cubs: 12 runs, 14 hits, 2 errors left, 6 runs left on base. For your San Francisco Giants, they 11 runs on 13 hits with no errors. They left 5 on base. The winning pitcher goes to Kinsler. His record improves to 3-2. 3-2. The loss goes to Montera. His record drops to 3-7. Save goes to Craig Kimbrell, his 11th. The home runs in the contest: the Giants hit 4 in the game. Longoria his 16th, Yastrzemski his 15th, Vogt his 7th, and Pilar his club leading 19th homer of the season. For the Cubs, it was Castellanos his 19th, Kyle Schwarber hit his 29th, and Chris Bryant hit his 26th. Time of the ball game: 3 hours and 31 minutes before a pay crowd of 38,619. With the loss, the Giants have now dropped to 63-64. They're now 5 games out of the second wild card in the National League, while the Cubs, with their victory, are back in first place by a half game of the Cardinals in the National League Central Division. Cardinals they have a half game ahead of the Cardinals. As the Mets are a game and a half out. Phillies, they're both tied for fourth for that second wild card spot at 66-60. The Brewers are 3 out, Diamondbacks 4.5 out, and the Giants are 5 out at press time. Giants and Cubs will go at for the third and final game of the three-game series Thursday afternoon. It'll be at 11 a.m. 20 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. For the Giants, it'll be Jeff Samardzija trying to beat a stopper for the Giants against Kyle Kendricks, as the Giants trying to look to salvage the final game of the three-game series at Wrigley Field. First pitch is at 11:20 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. For the latest news on Giants baseball, go to sfgiants.com. Once again, the final score Wednesday night: Giants fell to the Cubs, 12-11. I'm Brian Professor B. Davis, and so long. You're watching San Francisco Giants postgame recap on the Arena Sportsnet Bay Area.